do we want to talk about Zion? I mean, I'm not as outraged. My outrage meter is not very high in either direction on Zion. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like, yeah, he may be he's probably not in peak shape, but
Okay,
what do you
probably. Come on.
okay, probably not, but
You're being kind.
that's the deal. Like, all I'm saying is it's not like this is some great surprise, like why are people acting like this is kind of what he's shown you he's going to do. He's going to do but so much in that regard. Like, is he in good human being shape? Yeah, but is he in good NBA shape? No, not as good as he needs to be to be consistently dominant. But he's kind of this isn't his rookie season. This is kind of what he's
No.
told you. Like, so you got to decide as an organization, all right, is Zion at whatever percentage we're putting Zion at?
That's the question. That's the question. Do you decide by February it's time to do something? Because they've got a nice core.
They do.
They've got a nice core of players, but if there's going to always be a Zion ceiling, what are you doing?
Yeah, no, that's a fair question. I don't think they'll do anything. I'd be surprised if they even entertained it, just because I think there's marketing aspects to it that are realistic. You have to be realistic about that, as well as the potential that if he does get to a point where he really does kind of get over this
that would be worse.
problem.
To me, the marketing problem is obviously a problem. They're thinking about, what do? We got to sell Zion. But the worst problem was he get to a program and he gets in shape. And then you got to deal with it. And then you got to deal with it.
Right? Y'all let him go. What is that? Y'all traded Zion. Yeah.
That is probably the worst possible outcome.
Can you imagine if he goes to Miami and he just gets in shape and he's just like,
he gets in shape.
He's just 260 and just like, that's just him for the next 10 years.
And you're like, man. And then he's like, it was the gumbo, man. I couldn't get off the gumbo.
Right.
I mean, there are a couple programs you go to, you feel like, all right, they probably.
Go to San Antonio.
I feel good about the chances. Yeah, San Antonio, Miami, like Golden State, like there's a few places you'd be like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
We got a way you can do this, but
that would be worse, right? Yeah, you're right.
It just feels like, I mean, he's so good. I was watching Kenny Smith was talking about it, and it's true. Like, ever since he said it, I've been watching it. He doesn't sprint. He never runs the floor, and this is. Like, when you talk to coaches, especially like them old school coaches, they always talking about the power of like sprinting, running hard. If you're a big man, you got to run hard. Like, when you play with Steph, you got to run hard. Running hard creates all these lanes, creates all these openings. So if he just sprinted, it would have such massive impact on the court. Like, it's those little things that's going to determine whether they can win or not. But if they aren't building for a championship, then what is the point? Like, that's to me the difficult part. Zion is a championship level player. Like, his talent should be like, you should be playing for a title at some point. You should be playing for a title.
Well, it looks especially bad when you see LeBron sprinting. As he did,
bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I said this, I think I was on Vinny's podcast the other day, and I said this about when Karl Malone was 37, 38 years old. One of the things that he would purposely do early in the game is sprint end to end to make them young guys go, damn, this old dude's still running. It has a psychological impact on them.
Hey, running the floor hard is an OG move. Like, it matters. Like, no question.
Yes.
You run. You don't got to do it all the time, but you just got to pick the right spots to run hard. Yeah. It's the young ones who got to run all the time. Them the ones who should be running floor hard every time. But the OGs, they just know when to do it. That's all.
Right. Let me get this quick. Let me get to 60 in real quick. You know what I mean? Like, so
I mean, I bet LeBron's doing the exact same thing. Like, let me blow the doors off a couple dudes early. Let them know. Like, let them know. We got LeBron on one.
Yeah, that's it. LeBron feel like playing.
We ain't got LeBron who can get beat back door every time. Yeah, I know.
He taking charges.
Debilitating that is. I mean, ain't that what they say about Steph? Like he never stops running. He never stops running.
Right.
Like
Exactly.
it's if you go play pickup, you hate the dude that's doing hella running. Like, hey, chill
Dude.
out, man. Like we
You
just
hate that.
playing.
You
Like
hate that.
calm down.
You hate the team that backpicks you in a, you know what I'm saying, the pickup game. Like, come on, they run like single double and stuff. Like, come on, y'all, damn.
Yeah, Zion out there, like, man, I ain't trying to do all that, man. Switch. You guard that dude that's doing all that running. You trying to do all that, but like sprint, like it opens up. So Don Nelson was a big proponent of running the floor hard. Like, everybody's nature is to protect the paint. If you run hard, people just will naturally gravitate towards it, and it just opens up shots. And you got Brandon Ingram, right? You got CJ McCollum, even the rookie dude got a nice wet. You know, his jumper's nice. What's his name? Hawkins. Trey Murphy the third, right? Like they got shooters. Zion sprint. Can you imagine Zion sprinting? Like the entire universe is gonna collaborate on the paint. Like it's Zion, right? If he ran hard, like that's playoff, that's championship level basketball right there. Like if Zion's gonna win a title, he's got to do stuff like that. So to me, it's less about how his body looks and more about that stuff. Like what is he doing? Is he doing that stuff? To me, that's gonna be the difference, right? But like him playing against LeBron, he just did not look like physically he was capable of endurance. And that was one game. Imagine a 7-game series.
And again, it's doubly like you shake your head because in the next game, what do you get? Like 26, 27? Yes. Yeah, you can do that. Like you're that good. Like, you know what I mean? Like you've been good all year. Why would you pick this game to kind of be indifferent? You know, like it's weird.
When did Barkley figure it out? Because he always talks about Moses Malone telling him you was out of shape. Like,
okay, here's the thing.
I remember that was the rap on Barkley. Yeah.
Now Chuck got in better shape. This is what I'm saying about Zion. Chuck was never in great shape. Okay, like he got in better shape, you know, but Chuck wasn't like never no cut up dude. Now let's not go nuts. You know, he got in good enough shape to be dominant, and that's all I'm at. That's all I'm saying with Zion is I'm not like he's not going to ever be Adonis. You know what I mean? Like that's just. But can he get in good enough shape where he is dominant night in and night out at whatever weight he is or whatever is? Yeah, I think he can. I think and I don't think that's unreasonable to ask when you're getting paid what he's getting paid, you know? So that's what I'm saying. So Chuck got in good enough shape to be MVP in 1993. Let's put it that way. That's what I'm saying. Zion can do that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he can. I just, to me, availability is a thing. How many games do you think, if you had to guess, how many games you think, I just added them up, by the way. How many games did Charles Barkley miss in his first 6 years in the NBA?
I don't think, probably not that many.
Yeah, 22.
No,
that dude was on the floor.
I mean, but
he was on the floor.
It's a different time.
It was a different time, much different
guys
time.
Played.
Them dudes suited up no matter what. Like
they played. They played.
He walked straight from the bar to the storage table. They wasn't playing out there. They was doing lines in the bathroom and they going to hoop.
Didn't matter. Let's go hoop. You know, like
it was definitely a different time. I think that's the difficulty with Zion. Like if he was available more, I think it would be like you'd understand it more. Like big dudes play in the league. Like let's get that straight, right? Like big dudes can play. Like bellies don't prevent you from playing. Like Oliver Miller was a baller. Like like that dude was a hooper.
Yes. Kevin Duckworth could play.
Yeah, Kevin Duckworth. Arvidas Sabonis wasn't winning no Arnold Schwarzenegger bodybuilding contest, right? Like you can be a baller if you're big. You just got to be available. Like that's the thing. You have to be available.
Yes.
So if Zion can be available, and I don't know that his weight or conditioning is what's keeping him out. It's just the obvious thing to point to, right? Maybe
I think it exacerbates the issue that he had when he was at Duke, which was just can his lower body handle the torque? And that's what guys that I talked to before his draft said. This is what scares us about him is that I don't know if his body is physically set up to handle the torque he puts on his body, which is made worse when you get heavier. But even if he was in great shape, he'd still have the torque issue. You know what I mean? Like that would still be a concern. Like can his joints handle it? You know, like he's just not built for his joints to handle the stress that he puts on his joints, the way he jumps, the way he lands, all of those things. So that was the issue, and it still is the issue. So it still is an issue, I should say. It's not the issue. And he's still playing really good. It's not like he's playing terrible. He just picked a bad time to have a bad game because it brings back all the kind of easy questions that people will have about him.
I mean, you can't, no matter what, DA, you cannot not show up for an in-season tournament game.
Not that game. I agree. No, Marcus, I agree with you. And that's why he's catching so much hell.
It's an in-season tournament game. Who cares?
Okay. I got it. Yes. Yeah.
No, but like,
yes, I get it. Yes.
Oh man, you didn't show up for the in-season tournament? What? I feel like what do you have the next night? 30 or 36, 5.
Yeah, he went nuts.
13
nuts. 36, not 26. Yeah, 36.
36. Yeah,
right.
36.
So okay. That's why people are mad at you, because you had 36 tonight.
My issues is not his weight, it's running the floor hard. It's rebounding. Like his rebounding is way down. Like he should be a better rebounder based on.
Yeah.
But I get it. If you only got a certain number of torques in you, you might as well use them to explode to the basket, right? Like,
yes.
But if you're gonna be big, you got to rebound.
Right.
Like, come on. If you're gonna be big, you got to rebound. Big dudes rebound.
Yes.
Like you take up space. Like use that body. That body's like Kevon Looney is another guy. Kevon Looney is not. He ain't winning no sculpting contest, right? Like
But he go get the ball,
dude, right? Yeah, but he gonna go get the ball, right? Like
go get the ball.
So you got to rebound. Yeah, our producer called it out. The round mound of what? Barkley was a round mound of what?
Mound of rebound. Round mound of rebound. Yes.
You gonna be big. You got to rebound. That's anything else. I'm good with it. But
here's the thing.
They feel like this can't be solved. I don't know, man. You might have to. What's the package?
But here's the thing about Chuck. Here's the thing about Chucky. Chucky always went and got the ball. Always, from minute one he was in the league. Always went and got the ball. That you can in shape, out of shape, 280, 260, didn't matter. He went and got the ball all the time. He never didn't rebound in the league. And that's what made it special.
Tutored by Moses Malone. Like, come on.
And it was 6'4". Chuck was 6'4".